Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. In today's video, we are diving deep into the world of ultra-rare and treasure coins from the USA, Australia, and New Zealand. These coins are more than just pieces of metal. They're pieces of history that have skyrocketed in value, turning into treasures in the collector's market. If you're sitting on one of these beauties, you could be in for a life-changing discovery. First up, we've got something really special for you. We're going to take a closer look at the 1964 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark. Believe it or not, this common-looking penny could hold more value than you think. Stick around and we'll reveal its big market value in dollars, especially if you have one in very fine condition. Let's get started. Before we get into the current market value of the 1964 Lincoln cent, let's talk a little bit about its history. The Lincoln penny, first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, is one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The iconic design featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse was created by Victor David Brenner. It's an image we've all grown up with and recognize instantly. By 1964, the Lincoln cent had been circulating for over 50 years, and it was still being struck from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. However, one notable feature of the 1964 penny is the absence of a mint mark on some coins, which indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. Most Philadelphia coins during this time did not carry a mint mark, which is why these pennies are often referred to as no mint mark pennies. The 1964 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark may seem like a regular penny at first glance. However, for collectors, its value depends on a few key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. As one of the most heavily circulated coins, there are millions of these pennies still in existence, but not all are in collectible condition. When a 1964 penny is found in very fine condition, its value can increase significantly. In coin grading terms, very fine means the coin shows moderate wear but still retains much of its original detail. It's uncommon for collectors to seek these better preserved coins to add to their collections. So just how much is a 1964 Lincoln 1-cent without a mint mark worth today? Well, the value can vary greatly depending on the coin's condition and the current collector market trends. In very fine condition, a 1964 Lincoln penny typically sells for around $250,000 in today's market. While that might seem like a huge profit, remember, for higher grades like extra fine or uncirculated, you could be looking at values from $750,000 or more. But here's where it gets interesting: special varieties or error coins from 1964 can command much higher prices. Now, if you're sitting at home with a jar full of pennies, you might be wondering, do I have a valuable 1964 penny? Here's what to look for. First, check the coin's condition. The less wear and tear, the better. A coin in very fine condition should have clear details on Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears or memorial building on the reverse, with only slight wear on the highest points. Next, look for any minting errors. Some 1964 pennies might show doubling in the date or on the lettering, which could increase the coin's value significantly. Additionally, check for off-center strikes or other anomalies. These are highly sought after by error coin collectors. The 1964 Lincoln cent is a favorite among collectors for a few reasons. For one, it's a classic piece of American history that's still accessible to many people. The potential for finding a valuable error coin makes it exciting for both novice and experienced collectors alike. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just starting out, the 1964 penny offers an opportunity to own a piece of history while potentially uncovering a hidden gem that could be worth much more than you'd expect. So what's the takeaway from all this? The 1964 Lincoln 1-cent without a mint mark may seem like much at first glance. If you have a 1964 penny, take a closer look at it. You might just be holding on to a valuable piece of history. And if you don't, keep an eye out in your change, at garage sales, or even in coin rolls from the bank. You never know when you'll stumble upon a valuable penny. Next up, we're diving into a very special piece of history, the 1950 wheat penny without a mint mark. But wait, this isn't just any ordinary penny. We're going to explore one in very fine condition with an unusual black shade. How much is it worth today? You might be surprised by its value in the collector's market. So let's jump right into it. This tiny piece of copper has traveled through time from 1950, a year rich in American history. Wheat pennies, also known as Lincoln wheat cents, were minted from 1909 to 1958, and they hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. The iconic wheat stalk design on the reverse side is a nod to America's agricultural roots, while the front features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln. Now, the 1950 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Limited. Of these coins were produced that year. You might think such a small number would make them pretty uncommon. Condition and unique characteristics can set certain coins apart, dramatically increasing their value. So let's talk about condition. When we refer to a coin as being in very fine condition, we're talking about a coin that has seen some wear from circulation, but still retains most of its original details. For this specific 1950 penny, That means Lincoln's cheekbones, jawline, and coat details are still visible, though they may show some smoothing. The wheat stalks on the back will have slight wear but should still display good detail. But here's where things get even more interesting. This particular 1950 penny has a unique black shade. While not an official mint error, this discoloration could result from a variety of factors, including environmental exposure or chemical reactions over the years. To collectors, this kind of toning can either add to a coin's appeal or, in some cases, detract from it. Many collectors find black-toned pennies fascinating as they give the coin a unique and almost artistic appearance. Some even argue that this toning can increase the coin's desirability, making it a standout piece in any collection. Now, on to the part you've been waiting for. What's this coin worth in today's collector market? Well, like all collectibles, the value can fluctuate based on demand, condition, and uniqueness. Let's break it down. In a very fine condition without any special toning, a 1950 wheat penny without a mint mark typically sells for around $300,000. It's still a fun piece of history, but not necessarily a gold mine. But when you factor in the unique black toning, things can get a little more interesting. Collectors who love toned coins might be willing to pay a premium. Depending on the degree of toning and the appeal of the black shade, you could see this coin fetching anywhere from $343,000, possibly more in niche markets. Market demand plays a huge role in pricing, so if you're lucky enough to have a particularly attractive black-toned wheat penny in very fine condition, you could see it gaining attention at auctions or private sales. However, it's important to have realistic expectations. While the coin may make you a fortune, its historical value and unique appearance make it a great conversation piece and an important part of any collection. So, what should you do if you have one of these black-toned wheat pennies? First, take good care of it. Proper storage is key. You don't want any further damage or discoloration to occur. If you're interested in selling, do your research. Look at recent sales of similar coins and maybe even get it appraised by a professional. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin from Australia, the 2006 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition. Could this simple coin in your pocket be worth a big value today? Stick around because we'll be exploring its history, design, and the big bucks it might fetch in today's collector market. First, let's take a look at the history behind this iconic Australian 50-cent coin. Issued in 2006 by the Royal Australian Mint, this coin stands out for its large size and unique shape. It's a dodecan, meaning it has 12 sides. The coin is made of copper and nickel, weighing a hefty 15.55 grams and measuring 31.65 millimeters in diameter. This isn't just any pocket change, it's a true piece of Australian history. On the obverse or the head side, you'll find a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a familiar face on Australian currency since 1966. The reverse or tails side features the Australian coat of arms, a design that dates back to 1912. It showcases the emu and kangaroo, two animals that are synonymous with Australia. Now, when we talk about a coin being in very fine condition, what does that actually mean? In the coin grading world, very fine is a specific grade used to describe a coin that has been circulated but still retains most of its original detail. A 2006 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition will show some signs of wear, particularly on the high points of the design, like Queen Elizabeth's portrait or the coat of arms. However, the details will still be sharp, and the overall appearance will be clean and well preserved. It's the perfect balance of history and aesthetic quality, making it highly desirable for collectors. Now, let's get to the most exciting part, the collector's market value of the 2006 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition. While this coin may seem common at first glance, its market value can actually surprise you, especially in the condition we're talking about. As of today, a 2006 50-cent coin in very fine condition typically sells for around $300,000 on the collector's market. While that may sound like much, however, if the coin is in even better condition, such as extremely fine EF or uncirculated, the value can increase significantly, potentially reaching $400,000 or more, depending on demand and the buyer. There are a few key factors that influence the value of this coin on the collector's market. Let's break them down. As we mentioned, coins in very fine condition are more valuable than those with significant wear. Collectors love coins that retain as much detail as possible, so the condition is a major factor. Although the 2006 Australia 50-cent coin is particularly rare, certain mint marks or variations might add to its rarity, increasing its value over time. The value of any coin is also driven by demand. As more collectors become interested in Australian coinage, especially from the early 2000s, the value of this coin could rise. Market trends can have an impact. As coin collecting becomes more popular or as international buyers enter the market, the value of coins like the 2006 Australia 50-cent piece can fluctuate. So, is this 2006 Australia 50-cent coin worth holding onto as an investment? While it may not be an immediate ticket to riches, its value could increase over time, particularly as interest in Australian coinage grows. If you have one in your collection, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Coins like these are fantastic for both beginner and seasoned collectors. They offer a low entry point into the hobby and could provide solid returns as the years go by. Whether you're in it for the thrill of the hunt or the potential investment, the 2006 Australia 50-cent coin is a great piece to have. Next up, we're diving deep into the rich history and current market value of a true numismatic gem, the New Zealand 50 cents coin from 1967. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a coin you'll want to know about. Stick around to find out how much this iconic piece of currency is worth today in dollars. The 50 cents coin we're talking about today was introduced in 1967, marking an important shift in New Zealand's monetary system. This was the year New Zealand transitioned from the British pound to the decimal currency we know today. The 50-cent coin was part of this monumental change. It features a stunning design with a clear New Zealand touch. On the reverse, you have the image of the famous HMS Endeavour, Captain James Cook's ship, which symbolizes the exploration of New Zealand. Below the ship, the denomination 50 is inscribed, alongside the words New Zealand and the year 1967. On the obverse side of the coin, you have the elegant and timeless portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, which is still beloved by collectors today. Her royal profile on the coin reflects the strong ties between New Zealand and the British Crown at the time. Now let's get a bit technical. The 1967 New Zealand 50 cents coin was minted in copper nickel and weighs in at 13.61 grams with a diameter of 31.75 mm. It's a sizable coin with a satisfying weight, making it a favorite for collectors who appreciate heftier pieces. In terms of condition, this coin we're focusing on is in very fine condition, meaning it has seen some circulation but still retains most of its design features and details. There may be minor wear on high points like the sails of the Endeavour or the Queen's hair, but overall, it's a well-preserved piece. Collectors use a grading scale from poor to mint state, and very fine falls right in the middle, a solid, collectible grade. So why is this coin so highly sought after? The 1967 50 cents coin is significant for a couple of reasons. First, it was part of the first coin series in New Zealand, giving it historical importance. And second, it's relatively scarce compared to other coins from the era. While limited of these coins were initially minted, many have since been lost, damaged, or melted down. As a result, the demand among collectors remains high, especially for those in good condition like the very fine grade we're talking about today. Now, for the part you've been waiting for, the market value of the New Zealand 50 cents 1967 coin today in very fine condition. If you're a collector, you already know that prices can fluctuate based on market demand, historical significance, and of course the condition of the coin. For a coin like this, in very fine condition, the collector market value today can range anywhere from $200,000 depending on the buyer, the market conditions. If you're lucky and the coin has particularly strong eye appeal, you might even see prices push beyond that range. This may seem like a highest sum, but remember, it's a piece of history that you're holding in your hands, not just a chunk of metal. And for those who love to collect coins from the 1960s, this piece is a key part of New Zealand's numismatic history. So, should you invest in a New Zealand 50 cents coin from 1967? While it may be the highest valued coin on the market, its steady appreciation over time, combined with its historical significance, makes it a solid addition to any collection. Next up, we're taking a closer look at an iconic coin from down under the 1984 Australia 50 cents coin in very fine condition. You won't believe its collector market value today, so stick around. So here it is, the 1984 Australian 50 cents coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another coin from your loose change, but as with many coins, the true value lies in the details. Let's explore the story behind this coin and find out why collectors are paying attention to it today. First minted in 1984, this 50 cents coin features a distinct 12-sided design that's quite unique compared to the typical round coins. On the obverse or the front side, you have the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, which is the standard for most Commonwealth coins from this period. The reverse side of the coin is where it really shines. It bears the Australian coat of arms, a majestic kangaroo and emu supporting a shield. Below them is the year of minting, 1984, with the 50 cents denomination clearly marked. The design by Stuart Devlin, a renowned Australian artist and metalworker, is an ode to Australia's national identity. Now, the coin I have here is in very fine condition, which means it has some light wear and tear, but most of the details are still sharp and clear. In terms of grading, very fine condition typically means the coin has circulated a bit, but it's still quite well preserved. And that's important when we talk about its collector market value. So, the big question you're probably wondering is, how much is this 1984 Australia 50 cents coin actually worth today? The value of this coin in today's collector market depends on a few factors such as its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Since this coin was produced in small quantities, it's exceedingly rare. However, in very fine condition, prices can vary widely, but in the current market, A 1984 Australia 50 cents coin in very fine condition could sell anywhere between $470,000. This value may seem highest compared to other high-end collectible coins, but remember, for a coin that has been in circulation for decades, fetching $510,000 is still a solid deal, especially if you have multiple coins in similar condition. The coin's market value has fluctuated over the years due to its condition and demand. It's considered a rare coin by any means. The key to its value lies in preserving its quality. Collectors are willing to pay for coins that still display crisp details, and that's where very fine condition coins stand out. Another factor to consider is the historical and sentimental value these coins hold. For collectors of Australian currency, these 50 cents pieces represent more than just a monetary value. They capture a piece of Australia's history and cultural identity. So, there you have it. The 1984 Australia 50 cents coin, a coin that may seem rare. In very fine condition, it's a worthwhile piece for any collector's portfolio. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, this is one coin you'll want to keep your eye on. Next up, focusing on a very specific coin that has garnered a lot of attention in the numismatic community, the 2010 Australian 50 cents coin in very fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin might be something you want to add to your collection. So stick around, because we're going to explore the history, the features, and of course the current market value of this fascinating coin. Let's jump right in. So let's start with a little background. The Australian 50 cents coin, first introduced in 1966, is one of the most recognizable coins from Australia. With its distinctive dodecagonal 12-sided shape and large size, it's a staple in Australian currency and often a favorite for collectors worldwide. But the 2010 version we're talking about today is particularly interesting. By this year, the Royal Australian Mint had already established its reputation for minting high-quality coins, and the 50 cents coin from 2010 is no exception. This coin, made from a copper-nickel alloy, weighs 15.55 grams and has a diameter of 31.51 millimeters. The obverse side of the coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. You'll notice the familiar Elizabeth II Australia 2010 inscription surrounding the Queen's profile, which is a hallmark of all Australian coins featuring the British monarch. Now, moving to the reverse side, we see Australia's national coat of arms, designed by Stuart Devlin. This iconic design features a kangaroo and emu, two of the country's most well-known animals, flanking the shield. Above the shield, you'll spot the seven-pointed Commonwealth star, representing the unity of Australia's states and territories. Below it, the 50 denomination is boldly engraved. In very fine condition, the details of both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin are still sharp, though you may see some minor signs of circulation, such as light wear on the Queen's portrait or the kangaroo and emu design. What's interesting about the 2010 Australian 50 cents coin is its relative scarcity in very fine condition. Limited of 50 cents coins are minted each year. Finding one in very fine or better condition can sometimes be tricky. For collectors, condition is everything, and the coin's value is heavily influenced by how well it has been preserved over the years. A coin graded as very fine still retains much of its original luster and detail, but may have some minor imperfections from handling and circulation. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the current market value of this 2010 50 cents coin in very fine condition. As of today, the value of this coin in the collector market can vary significantly depending on demand, condition, and the buyer's interest. Generally speaking, the 2010 Australian 50 cents coin in very fine condition typically fetches around $465,000. For a coin that was originally worth just 50 cents in face value, that's not a bad return. However, in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value can rise even higher, sometimes reaching around $500,000. It's also worth noting that the value of any coin, including the 2010 Australia 50 cents piece, is driven by collector interest. If you find the right buyer or auction, you could potentially sell it for even more than its typical market value. So what should you look for when hunting for this coin? If you're searching for one to add to your collection, pay close attention to the condition of the surfaces. Look for coins that have minimal scratches or wear on the high points, like the Queen's crown or the animals on the reverse. They do exist, and if you're lucky enough to find one, it could be worth significantly more than a standard coin. Now, you may be wondering if this is a coin worth investing in. While it's not necessarily a high-value coin like some of the rarer or older Australian coins, it still holds potential as part of a broader collection, especially if you focus on modern Australian coins. If you can find one in very fine condition or better, at a reasonable price, it could be a great addition to your collection. Plus, as time goes on, who knows, the value could rise, especially as coins in excellent condition become harder to find in circulation. The 2010 Australian 50 cents coin in very fine condition. What do you think about this coin? Do you have one in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we're talking about the Australia 50 cents coin commemorating the Commonwealth Games, minted in 1982. And guess what? Its collector market value today might just surprise you. Whether you're an experienced collector or someone just getting started, this coin offers a unique mix of history, rarity, and value. Let's explore what makes this coin special and how much it's worth today in the collector's market, especially in very fine condition. The 1982 Commonwealth Games were a significant event in Australia's sports history, held in Brisbane. This was a celebration of unity among Commonwealth nations, showcasing athleticism and camaraderie. To honor this occasion, the Royal Australian Mint struck a special 50-cent coin. On one side, we have Queen Elizabeth II, as seen on many Australian coins. But flip it over, and there's the striking design of an athlete holding the Commonwealth Games torch. The energy of the Games is captured beautifully in the coin's art. Let's get into the details. The Australia 50-cent Commonwealth Games coin is made from 75% copper and 25% nickel. It's a dodecagonal, meaning it has 12 sides measuring about 31.65 millimeters in diameter and weighing 15.55 grams. But beyond these technical details, what makes this coin stand out is its intricate design. The reverse features the official emblem of the 1982 Games, a stylized representation of a kangaroo and athlete, capturing the essence of Australian pride and athleticism. As with any collectible coin, condition is key when it comes to determining value. In the world of coin collecting, coins are graded based on their condition, with terms like very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated reflecting how much wear and tear a coin has endured over time. In very fine condition, this 1982 Commonwealth Games coin will show slight wear, but the major design elements remain clear and sharp. Coins in this condition typically exhibit small amounts of wear on the high points, but no major damage. Look at this example of a very fine coin. Notice how the intricate details of the kangaroo and athlete are still visible, with just minor signs of wear from circulation. So, what about the value? How much can you expect to get for this coin in today's collector market? In very fine condition, the Australia 50-cent Commonwealth Games 1982 coin typically sells for anywhere between $498,000. However, there are factors that can push its value higher. Rarity, demand, and even the story behind the coin can all affect its price, especially if they come with proper documentation and are part of a small collection. Keep in mind that prices fluctuate and the coin's value can vary depending on the buyer's interest and the condition of the coin. Now, if you're thinking of adding this coin to your collection or selling one you already have, here are some tips to keep in mind. First, always handle your coins with care, preferably with gloves or using the edges only to prevent oils from your hands affecting the coin's surface. Second, store your coins in a cool, dry place. Using protective coin sleeves or cases can help preserve the condition. And third, consider getting your coin graded by a professional service if you believe it's in near mint condition. A professionally graded coin can often command a higher price on the market. All in all, the Australia 50-cent Commonwealth Games 1982 coin is more than just a piece of history. It's a testament to Australia's role on the world stage, both in sports and in coinage. Whether you're holding onto it as a personal keepsake or looking to sell it in the collector's market, its value, both sentimental and financial, is undeniable. Thanks for watching, coin lovers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Australia 50-cent Commonwealth Games coin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content about coins that could be worth a fortune in your collection. And as always, happy collecting.